Hello, we're all here. Today we are back in Skyrim, and in this video we will be looking at 3 mods. And the first mod of this video is by Oral Corday, and it is called Wearable Objects. Now, of course, as with many of Oral's mods, you will have to go to the Sleeping Giant Inn. And I swear, only these days, I'm gonna make a statue.
Yes?
Just before we get into the actual mod, I'm gonna make a statue.
Need something?
I'm gonna put a message on that statue. And I'm gonna put it right bloody there to immortalize Oral Corday in the Sleeping Giant Inn. If you like that idea, let me know in the comments below. And if it gets enough support behind it, I'll do it.
Yes?
But anyway, onto the mod itself.
I'm just a cook.
So, as far as I'm aware of this one, what this one basically does is that it just allows you to wear things that you would not normally be able to wear. But we'll have a look at it when we get to it. So where do you find it? So you'll find a small box. If you come to basically to the bar and go to the left, over to this side over here, where you've got the log pile, the chest door thing, you're looking for this little box down here. Wearable Objects Crate. So we'll have a look. The muffled rings are in there. I think it's just basically so you can sneak in these objects and not be heard, basically. But as you can see, for example, we've got wearable barrel, wearable beefy statue, bucket, cauldron, chest, chicken. You got a wearable chicken. You know, so I think it's just basically, it's supposed to be a lot of just random stuff that you would obviously not normally be able to wear. So, as you can see, you know, you got a large selection of stuff. Now, I don't know in ways like, for example, like the mammoth or the rabbit. I don't know if there's size scaling to this, but we'll find that out. So I don't know if you wear the rabbit, you'll basically be very, very small, and if you wear the mammoth, it's as big as the mammoth normally is. But we'll come and have a look at that. But yeah, so this is basically, it's a lot of stuff you would not normally be able to wear. But I'm going to pick out a few items, and then we'll go and have a look at it. Alright, so I've picked out about 3 or 4 items to have a look at. So let's go and have a look. Now I don't know where they're actually going to be. I would imagine it would be in apparel. Well, there we are. So yeah, so they're obviously in apparel. So we're going to have a look at the chicken, the flame Atronach, the rabbit, and what basically effectively is the wisp mother. So first off, let's have a look at the wisp mother first. Now, obviously, it is safe to say, obviously, there is going to be no animations to these, you know, so don't expect, you know, all the animations to be there and this, that, and the other, because unfortunately, that's just not the way that it works. So it will be static like this, in a way, so like, it just seems like for some reason it's broken. But you can still move around, you can still jump, you can still sprint, you can still crouch, you know, you can still literally do everything else you normally would. As you can see, you got this magical floating stuff there. Let's just see what happens with it. Well, it looks like if I get a weapon out. And there you go, it's just a floating sword. So yeah, obviously it's gonna look a bit weird, but you know, you got the general gist, you know. But you know, there's that one. All right, so let's have a look at the next one. So the next one we're gonna look at is let's have a look at the rabbit. There you go, I'm a little tiny rabbit. Again, unfortunately, no animation. But you know, you're a rabbit on wheels. You're a radio-controlled rabbit. Do-do-do. I mean, you can still have a rabbit race. Yeah, just race against other rabbits if you can find them. There you go. That's the
New
rabbit.
to Riverwood? If you're looking for work,
Yes,
go see
yes, I am new to Riverwood. I am tiny. Look at me. I am smooth. No, so it's change the no, so it doesn't change the camera aspect there. Alright, so let's have a look at the flame Atronach. So there you go. You know, so it's, you know, so that's the thing. The models aren't completely static. So, you know, obviously here, like here with the flame Atronach, it's like, yes, obviously you still have the fire, you know, and that's still actually animated. But, and it's still got that kind of glow, you know, and it's still got that kind of glow. There's a weird bug thing there, but that's kind of expected to be, with this kind of thing. That's kind of expected to happen, but there'd be like little things like that. But yeah, so if the actual model has any kind of sort of like texture animations like this, like the flame Atronach with the fire, then yeah, that's still gonna move, but it's just unfortunately due to limitations and obviously how this was made, obviously the actual body itself is not going to have an actual animation. And the last one we'll look at is chicken. Now I'm actually a bit smaller than the average chicken. I am a small chicken. But I can now be part of the flock.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't eat like a chicken, but I can still just run around like a chicken. I can role play as a chicken if I wanted to. But, you know, you get the general gist of this one. You know, it's just one that probably just have a little bit of fun with, a little mess around with it a little bit, you know, la la la, you know, not to be taken seriously. I always expect there to be like little kind of like bug situations and stuff like that, you know, like the chicken's still there, but you know, but it's not real. But with that, there's not really a lot Auror can do there.
Bring me all the wood you can chop.
But right, so let's have a look at that's the first mod. You know, that's just a little bit of a fun one, and that is Wearable Objects by Auror Corday. As always, there will be a link to the mod itself in the description below. If you just want to have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of a mess around with it, you know, and just see what kind of stupid things you can do with it, or what stupid things you can think of doing with it. But alright, so that's it for mod number 1. So we're going to move on to mod number 2, into which we need to go sort of near to where Lakeview Manor would normally be. Alright, here we are with mod number 2, which this is The Bloodfanged Inn by Christobot. Now, this is currently at the moment in the work in the progress tab. So it is obviously still being worked on. So obviously it's not going to show up anywhere else. So if you want to have a look at it, you will have to go to the work in progress tab. But as always, obviously I will leave a link in the description below to the mod itself. But what does this mod do? So basically, general gist of this mod is just basically it adds in a small location that is obviously definitely going to be vampire themed, and possibly, you know, a bit of fun for people who either play as a vampire or like to role play when playing as a vampire. You know, it just gives them an extra location. It does add in like some followers and stuff like that as well. A lot of this information will be in the description. But you know, I think it does, you know, it adds a few followers. I think you've got some like crafting stuff you can do. I think there's a merchant as well. You know, and just, you know, all your basic kind of stuff that you could really kind of do with or need in a small sort of like kind of little isolated location. So on the map, we are looking here. So I think Lakeview's like over. I think like Lakeview's just like right where my cursor is now. I mean that's where Lakeview normally is. So it's literally just a stone's throw away from Lakeview Manor. But lucky enough, the map icon itself is already on the map, so you can fast travel there straight away. There's no need to go and discover it or anything like that. Alright, let's have a little look around. So obviously as you can see, you know...
Are you finished ogling the grotesque?
Oh, you're not part of this, you're an afflicted refugee. You're not part of this. Or at least as far as my knowledge, you're not part of it. Now, I don't know if this building over here was technically part of it, or is this Pine Watch? So that's Pine Watch. So that's another place to think about. It's literally just over the road from Pine Watch. So it's just obviously this little structure here. So if you go like here, so you got Potion of Blood. So you can take a couple of Potions of Blood. We have a lecturer here. I think there was an orc up here, I think. Yeah, for some reason there was a fight when I first got here. That's why the orcs all the way up
May your
here.
weapons be sharp.
There
and
you
your
go.
prey
Clashka, Shazka, and a lecturer. Now, unfortunately, they do have the base blood glitch. But you know, we're not going to deter that from the mod. You know, this might be the modder's first mod. That might just be something that they're going to fix up later on. You know, there's many things that they could do. There's like a little bit of odd funniness going on with the ground here, but again, work in progress. There's probably going to be a couple of kinks. Alright, so let's have a look a little bit on the outside, you know, pointing at 2 followers that you got. So it's going to have a look inside the inn itself. Okay, and here we are inside the inn. So obviously, definitely it is using the Winking Skeever as its structural skeleton, but that's fine. I've used already pre-made buildings already before in my mods, so I ain't gonna criticize there.
Something?
Alright, so let's have a look a little around. So I want to see, yeah, there is obviously elephant in the room, there is that. But again, work in progress. There's going to be a couple of kinks that Christobot is going to obviously would want to probably try and fix up. Some of these things they might only eventually give them to notice. Hope if they see this, they might notice some of this stuff and be like, "Oh, I've got to go sort that out." Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so let's have a look. Let's have a look what we actually got in here. So we got Gepiar.
Divine smile on you, friend.
You know, so Gepiar is a follower. We have
What might you need?
Vistron. He sounds like a right old cockney bastard.
Azura's wisdom to you, friend.
Obviously, but you know, a full-on vampire lord as a follower.
Need something?
Alera. And we got Seducer Bellum.
It's so good to see you again.
Obviously, who acts as some form of merchant. They want to rent a room as well as follow me. I need your help. So they can be a follower. You can hire a bed off of them, or sell stuff to them, or collect some bounties. Yeah. So you got some of them. You got the Paragons, just here. Unfortunately, I can't take them technically. They would be classed as stealing. Unfortunately. Anyway, let's have a look at around the rest of the place, see what else we've got here. If I can get past all these people. There we go. Right, Black Fang is a follower, well,
Yes?
a pooch I recently picked up, so Black Fang isn't part of this mod. No, I'm going to be a good person, and I'm not going to steal that sweet roll. Right. Sweet roll is mine. Anyway, so let's kind of look around, see who we got. So we got, then we got someone like Bellas, High Judicia, Tarana, Archmage. We got another Archmage here. Orga.
Something?
What?
The sands are cold.
Yeah.
But Khajiit feels warmness from your presence.
Yeah.
Swift hunting.
Need
And bit of
something?
obviously, the multiple follower system is recommended for this. If you want to try this out, it's for yourself as well. But yeah, you know, so it's just, you know, a bit of a general, little new kind of area for you to, you know, if you're playing as a vampire or role playing as a vampire, you do seem to have the basic stuff you need. Oh, vampire blade. We got a vampire blade. I mean, you got a mace of Moloch Bowl mace. Okay, that's actually something a bit different. So look. Then we got Moloch Bowl mace. Okay, so it is basically the mace of Moloch Bowl, but without the enchantment. So that means technically you can now enchant the mace of Moloch Bowl with whatever enchantment you want to enchant it with. Not too shabby. And the vampire blade, obviously it's a Nightingale blade. I don't know if the enchantment that it has is the same as a Nightingale enchantment, but just a bit stronger. That I'm not 100% sure on. You know, but you got a couple of weapons.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sarah?
Sidif,
Yes.
Javu, Rijo.
Ours is to smile
Yeah,
at your passing,
you know.
friend.
There's not, you know, it's not too much else, because, you know, it's just, you know, it's a work in progress mod. It's just obviously a new location that obviously Christobot wanted to put in. I don't know, maybe because they tend to play as a vampire, so they wanted to create some kind of like vampire-inspired area kind of thing, you know. I mean, yeah, obviously there are a few kinks in it that need to sort of like be worked out. Oh.
Yeah?
All right then.
Huh?
Yes, next time.
Well, we got a bunch of cattle here. Don't really do much else. Anyway, but yeah, as I was saying, you know, yeah, there's a few kinks obviously that can be worked out in this mod. You know, so for example, it's like obviously that needs to be sort of fixed back up. You know, the ground up there just needs to be sort of relaid, I suppose, way to put it. And you know, I know, maybe just sort of like do a little bit more redecorating in here, just to make it just feel that a little bit more different. Because even though obviously it is definitely different to what it
Needs
is in Solitude, because obviously this is based off the Winking Skeever, it still feels very much like Winking Skeever. But obviously this might be Christobot's first mod, or they might not have done that much modding, or haven't made that many mods. You know, so I'm not going to be too harsh. But again, kinks, definitely some kinks that need to be worked out. Some things that, you know, some things need to be fixed up a little bit. The face bug glitch, though not a big issue, it is fixable. But obviously, Christobot probably wanted to, you know, wanted to try and make the people that they added more
What can I
unique.
do for you?
And unfortunately, he just got shot up the arse by PlayStation with their limitations. But you know, if you want to have a go at this, have a little go at this one yourself, or if you want to leave any suggestions about this mod below, just in case Christobot does see this video, again, leave them in the comments below. I'll leave a link in the description below as well. You know, as I normally tend to do. You know, because even if it's got some problems with it, and it's, you know, and it's not the most unique mod, it's got a few little small issues a bit, it's always still nice just to show some support to a modder, because it's not always easy to come up with mod ideas that actually hit the mark really, really well. Alright, so we're going to move on to the final mod of this video, which is going to be a very small dungeon created by myself, as it is a continuation from a story that was basically featured on the channel only a few weeks ago, I believe. Alright, and here we are with the final mod of the video, which is The Wanderer No More, Episode 2, The Prince and the Fool. Now, this is one of my mods, and it came out not too long ago, and as I just mentioned, this is Episode 2 of 4, so there's going to be 2 more episodes after this. And this one, it just adds in a small dungeon. You know, it's not going to be a big crazy dungeon or whatever. Like, it's a small little dungeon. It's just a continuation of the story, into which basically we're gonna find out what exactly is going on. If you want to catch up with the story so far of The Wanderer No More, then you will have to go and check out my video on where I go through The Wanderer No More Episode 1, or go and download The Wanderer No More Episode 1 for yourself. But if you do want to download The Wanderer No More Episode 1, you will need the Calls Creation Club mod for it to work. If you don't have the Calls, then unfortunately you won't be able to really download and play Episode 1. Alright. So where are we? Well, in this story we now find ourselves in the marshlands of basically Morfar, the Morfar marshes. Now you can see we're looking for this unusual door here, which is just basically a little bit west of Morfar itself. The map icon is already there, so you can at least see it, but it's not discovered. So you will have to go and at least discover it yourself. But yeah, this is what you're looking for. This. I mean, you'll notice it as soon as you see it, so you know it's not exactly hard to miss. Right, so let's go and have a look in this little mini dungeon, because it is basically just a mini dungeon. To the shrine entrance we go. Alright, here we are. Now, heads up, it does get a bit dark in the ways of the lighting. The lighting is dark in here, but that's just the way that I wanted to have it actually set up. So, bring some light. But I have left some torches further in for anyone who doesn't have either torches on them or doesn't have a way to create light or be able to help them see in the dark, at least anyway. You will come across torches further in the actual dungeon itself. Alright. As we already see, we've already got a bunch of dead people. We got a dead Darlin here. He's got a few bits and pieces on him, but still dead. You know, he's pretty much basically dead. You got a dead Pre. That's kind of funny because my character is called Pre. And then we got another dead Darlin here. We got a dead Cassandra. All of these names are mentioned in episode 1. We got another Pre. You know, you got another dead. You got another dead Pre. You got some bronze steel boots, bronze steel armor, and bronze steel gauntlets. So this mod does add in 2 new weapons and 2 new sets of armor, and the bronze steel is one of those new sets of armor. So we're gonna pick them up and we're gonna have a look at those at the end. So yeah, obviously when you come in here, you will kind of come to realize that there's a lot of dead people. There's a lot of dead people, lots of just armor just looted around the ground, but you will also kind of realize that a lot of them have the same name. They're either called Cassandra, or they're called Pre, or they're called Darlin. Maybe come here, we got gold and mithril. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's an armor piece here. It's just the boots and the gauntlets. So we will need to find an armor piece. So we'll see if we bump into one of those later on. Alright, that's enough of looking. No, that's enough of looking at the dead people. I mean, you get a general gist. There's just a lot of dead people who are called either Pre, Cassandra, or Darlan. Alright, so let's go in further and investigate just exactly what is going on. So, into the cavern. Here we are, in the cavern. So, if I take the dark, you can see, you know, it's not as dark, but it's very, very foggy. You know, but it might still help to at least bring some kind of light in here. I mean, fortunately I can't right now because I've got a two-handed sword. Do I have anything that I can actually replace that with? Just so it's a bit easier for people to see. Problem is, you know what? We'll stick with this. Well, what actually I could actually do, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is we are gonna use a previously featured mod. And then we're gonna go boom. Then we're gonna go interior. Let's have a look. Reduce brightness interior, increase brightness, reduce saturation. So we're going to increase the brightness of the interior by 125. Probably happened a little bit. Anyway, let's carry on. So yeah, obviously, yeah, you're gonna end up in this massive area. Obviously, we do have an alive person in here somewhere. They are just down there. We have an alive Pre. It's Pre versus Pre. And of course, my Pre won. But yeah, so we got let's have a little closer inspection of this Pre. Difficult, different Pre here. And here we go. We got a set of the gold mithril armor here. So we're gonna take a set of those. Take our money. And then right. Okay. So we found a live Pre. And we've also found plenty of dead Prees. You know, there's another dead Pre right there, you know. Dead Pre. Another dead Darlan. There's dead people all over the place. Yes, there is. Oof. Well, I should take a bit of a battering. We got an alive Cassandra, apparently. He also has a set of the bronze steel armor. You know what? I'm gonna spoil myself. I'm gonna take this set. Though I might have to drop some stuff, possibly. We'll figure it out later on. Alright. Now, you can go looking around the cave if you want, see if you can find any extra loot, little treasure chests and stuff like that, but we're just going to quickly make our way through here. So let's have a look. We've got another big open foggy cave. We got another dead Darlan, bit of a drop. Well, there goes his boots. Kind of lucky enough he doesn't need them. Right, let's just carry on. Who are you? You're Pre. Go for us one, Pre. There you go. Sweet. Swim. Go for a swim. Alright. So we come to a bit of a crossroad here, so I can either go left or go right. And I think at first we're going to go left first. There's somebody alive over there, though. Who are you? Huh? It's another Pre. Oof, Jesus Christ. I mean, Pre must really hate herself. Okay. Here we find ourselves in the shrine dwelling. So we can either go up, or we can go down. Let's go up first. So you got Cassandra there. If we go over here. I'm just gonna find some more random dead people. Clavicus Fall statue, literally on fire. We got the bones of Pre and the body of Pre. My God, kind of went ham on Pri a little bit. Right, let's go and have a look at the bottom. Let's go downwards. Alright. Oh, what have we got over here? Oh, your strategy table. Got your strategy table.
You picked a
Cassandra.
bad time to get lost.
Alright. Cassandra no more. Then we're going to take all the money that she has. I'm not going to worry about taking the armor that she has because it's the same as the one I've already got. But I will take the sword. Blooded Nature. Target takes 12 points of shock damage and half as much magic damage. Burns the target for 12 points. Target on fire takes damage. Target takes 12 points of frost damage to health and stamina. And here we go. Blooded Nature. It's a funky looking sword. And this is now mine. And then we just go over here, you know, you got a little bit of, get a little bit of loot. What's over here? Bada bing, bada boom. Why not? Everybody likes a, everybody, you know. Everybody likes a little bit of loot, don't they? So obviously at some point this was obviously being used by what most likely would have been worshippers of Clavicus Vile. But the worshippers aren't here anymore. They're gone. There's nobody here now. Apart from Pri. And Cassandra. And Pri. And Cassandra. And Pri. Okay, so gonna head off to the other side now. So I can technically go in the water if I want to, because there is a, looks like there's a ramp over there that I've placed. So you know I can go and jump in the water if I want to. I'm not going to in this because we're just gonna get to the end of this one, I think. But yeah, it's a very big cave. Much more narrative behind it than actual exploration. But you know, you can do a bit of exploring. You can go and spend a little bit of time in the, you know, how look in the water if you want. Loot all the dead people. You know, so you can, you know, you can probably still make a bit of money for coming in here. But we got the last room to look in, which is the Shrine Main Chamber. Alright, so now we need to see who's actually in the main chamber. Apart from more dead Pris and Cassandras. You got even more dead Pris and Cassandras. But we do actually have some amber stuff here technically as well. Not an I really need it, but you can, you know. So you will need the Saints and Seducers for this one. But lucky enough, obviously that is free to download. You don't have to worry about paying for Saints and Seducers. So you ain't gotta worry about that. Well, you're a bit toasty, aren't you, Pri? But we go up here.
Someone there.
The final Pri. Ow. Would you please not set me on fire? I don't like being on fire. Alright, so we got the last Pri. So what did the final Pri have? So we got Pri's journal. Maybe Pri can tell us about Pri and why there's so many Pri. But we've also got some more gold mithril armor, as well as this weapon. So we got this weapon. So we've got this weapon, Plaguer. Again, this is the second of the 2 new weapons. And absorbs 20 points of health, absorbs 20 points of magicka, and absorbs 20 points of stamina. So, pretty funky. Yoink. And then we got Pri's journal. So we're going to read Pri's journal. Right. I don't know how long I have been in here, but it has felt like an age. but I should have never made the pact with Clavicus. But before even making the pact, I had a strange encounter with a man who looks identical to my father and even has the same name. But this darling is not my father. They too came to seek a pact with Clavicus Bar, saying that he wants his family to have the chance to reunite. But that means that another version of Cassandra and I will appear, which I have no quarrels with, but I have arrived here first, and I will get my wish first. So I had no choice but to kill him, as I don't have time to wait. Bit impatient, isn't she? Cassandra and I made it to the shrine to get our wish, and what we are entitled to. Bit spoiled as well, apparently. Cassandra and I are the last remaining Tetra, and as the favoured creation of the Divines, we are entitled to claim what we want. This can only go so bloody well. But now a phrase that my mother used to always say to me, "Be careful what you wish for," has come and stabbed me in the back. Cassandra and I are now constantly fighting off multiple versions of ourselves, and all I can hear in the back of my mind is Clavicus laughing. The bastard has also added insult to injury by bringing other darlings into it. Was it because I killed one already? I should never have said that I will kill myself 1,000 times over to get what is rightfully mine. So, yeah, that's pretty much the moral of the story. Be careful of what you wish for. But right, so I'm gonna let you lot process what might be going on with this story. What we're gonna have a quickie do is we're gonna have to go back outside because I don't think the light in here will justify it. So we're gonna go back outside. We're gonna have a look at those armors, and then I think that will be it for this mod showcase. Alright, so now that we're back outside with a bit more of a natural kind of lighting, why I'm holding the torch, God only knows, I don't really need it. Alright, so let's go and have a look at those two armors that we got, as I have Widow charging towards me. Anyway, alright, so we have the bronze steel armor. So obviously this is a retexture of the Golden Saint armor. And there we are with the bronze steel. You know, it's a very shiny, definitely very shiny. But yeah, so that's one of the new armors. Yeah, then you can either team up with Plaguer, or if you're not a huge fan of Plaguer, you could try Blooded Nature. Stands on the other side, bada bing, bada boom. Hey ho. So that's the bronze steel, and then the other one is the gold mithril. And then there we are with the gold mithril. Again, not sort of like, they're definitely bright. They're bright coloured. And slightly more brightly coloured armors, but I would say they're not like completely out there. Alright, and that's that one. Okay, so that is going to be it for this video, and that's it for this mod. So this was The Wanderer No More, The Prince and the Fool, this is episode 2 in a series of 4. And of course I will leave a link in the description below to this mod just itself, if you want to have a look on it yourself. I did blah blah this, blah that, and the general kind of stuff you normally do with all of that. Alright, so if you did like this video, please remember to leave a like, and why not hit that subscribe button. It always helps. Trying to always helps to get to get the channel to try and grow a little bit. Why not? But if not, not to worry. But if you have any more suggestions yourself, then you can either leave them in the comments below, or if you're more of a Discordy kind of person or a social media kind of style user, there will also be a link in the description below to my Discord, which on there you can leave mod suggestions, you can leave all your nice photos that you've got whilst playing Skyrim, or photos of funny silly things that have happened in your game. But you can also ask questions on modding, you can keep up to date with what mods I'm working on, whether that be the episode 3 of The Wanderer No More, or the third and final part of the Where Darkness Dwells trilogy, but that's quite a bit far off, so don't expect that one anytime too soon. That's still a bit of ways away yet. And then you can also there I have a few other modders on my Discord, like we got Be Very Ave, Oracle J, Cyan49, so if you have any questions and I don't know the answer, maybe one of them can give you an answer. But right, so that's it for this video. I've been jabbering on long enough. Time for me to get out of here. So until next time, I'll see you all later.